and this is what I be meaning by clout and all this other stuff, gang. Cause if you gonna be in the streets, bro, be in the streets, bro. They can't do nothing if they don't fight. They can't sit here and look all day either.
Stretch your legs, man.
Rashawn.
Keep your hands on top.
You found it right there. I think somebody just started crying. And he found it running down his leg when he spread it.
Keep your hands on top.
I think it fell down when he spread them open and it fell to his pants. That's why the lady started crying.
Keep your feet apart.
112 units, clear. I need radio silence. I need radio
Yep, caught it. He got it. I ain't gonna lie, he had it tucked though, because folks was not finding it. Woo! And it's a big one. It ain't
Anything
nothing
else that you
small.
should have on you? Nothing?
Woo! I thought, I'm thinking it's gonna be if all that digging, I'm thinking he got a pocket rocket on him or something. That look like a 40. Clear it, what that is? Is that an FN57? Yeah, is it a 57? You got one in the chamber?
Keep your head that way.
What the? Police already got to do some extra shit. He already cuffed. He going to jail. You talking about keep your head that way. For what? Come on, man.
What I'm telling you, it's not that hard. Wait, because you don't want these to tighten up on you. So stop moving. No, because I need you to stay still so you can,
632.
so we can tighten up or lock those cuffs. You don't want them to tighten up on you. 'Cause it's gonna hurt. No, my face.
He just sit down.
Give me a supervisor and an ET in high school, please.
Oh, nice.
Door one Dodge.
Stand up. Stand up.
10-4. I copy that. I'll be around.
He alright. He can rest. He will.
That's what I'm
He good.
saying. Like, what? Let him sit down. He going to jail.
I got.
Sorry, 10-4.
I need to stand up for.
Let me double up the handcuffs so they don't get tight on you. Just stand up for me. And I'm.
10-4. Shut down. Up and around, shut down. All access, control immediate. 632.
Go ahead.
And then why you in school with a pipe tucked in your pants? Put it in your book bag, gang. You already in school. And I'm not encouraging or glorifying it. I just understand what be going on. Sometimes I know people that got killed on their way to school, coming home from school. I'm not finna jump into the situation like I know what's going on, gang. Your situation, but folks, put it in your book bag.
Tell me a bunch of tickets for it.
And how do they know you got it on you, bro? Like, you had to been bragging or something.
10-4,
Something goofy.
UW.
It had to be something goofy. You was
Try to stop.
Yeah.
Processing. It's good though.
He had a big gun on him though. To have it tucked like that, definitely was not moonlighting for oh shit.
These are moments when the best escape attempts were caught on body cam. Meet 27-year-old Charles Duane Willems, who on February 19, 2022, was being followed by an officer who was alerted to the fact that his Chrysler 300 was stolen. Initially unaware that he was being followed, Charles parked at the Franklin River apartment complex, and he and the passenger exited the car, at which point they saw the oncoming officer and immediately ducked back into the vehicle.
Adam 5, contact made. They're fleeing.
Contact made. Fleeing. Westbound direction.
They're trying to leave the apartment radio. 2 black males. Passenger's going to be a little bit younger. The rear end, rear bumpers coming off the vehicle. Appears to be a rear-wheel drive vehicle. He's having trouble in the snow. He's coming up to 12 mile an hour.
Get on the ground! Don't you move! Don't you move!
While the passenger got on the ground and surrendered, the driver saw an opportunity and hopped right into the front seat of the officer's cruiser, making it his new getaway vehicle.
Vehicle 15, they have our car! Go! Go! Go!
As the officer fought for control of the vehicle, Charles kicked it into drive and sped forward, dragging the officer with it before he was released. Witnessing officers then took off after him as he sped through the snow and ice to escape.
I got you. My hands up! My hands up! My hands up! My hands up! Hey, that boy, you get that!
Officers opened the car door to find that Charles had managed to unlock the department-issued rifle that was secured inside the vehicle and laid it on the passenger seat. Due to the presence of the weapon, 2 officers quickly grabbed onto Charles's arm so he couldn't reach for it and yanked him from the vehicle. Following a brief struggle, he was placed in handcuffs and transported to the local jail where he was booked on 10 charges, including aggravated assault on a police officer, possession of a stolen motor vehicle, and evading. But that wasn't as risky as this next death-defying stunt where the suspect took his chances with a second-story window. On October 18, 2018, 17-year-old Quantrell D. Schwartzlow was pulled from class at Orfordville Parkview High School and transported to the Rock County Sheriff Office to answer some questions concerning a DV incident that occurred on August 1st. On that day, his girlfriend had reportedly gone to the police, stating that during an argument, he'd choked her until she passed out, then essayed her while she was unconscious. Upon arrival at the department, Charles was placed in an interrogation room while officers gathered what they needed for the interview. But Charles had no intention of waiting for them to return. Unfortunately, the officer's suspicions were correct. Charles had just jumped 12 feet to the ground below and was now sprinting across the parking lot. But his freedom wouldn't last long as he was found hours later on Yuba Street and rearrested. He was taken directly to the Rock County Jail and booked for charges of second-degree essay, strangulation, suffocation, battery, and a new charge of felony escape. In June of 2019, he was sentenced to 4 years in prison. But upon release in 2023, he almost immediately went back to the same behavior which resulted in him being arrested again in November of 2024. He was charged with 2 counts of stalking a woman who'd stopped communicating with him after he took her to the scene where he'd strangled his previous girlfriend and told her all about the crime in gruesome detail. As of the date of this video, he remains in custody at the Rock County Jail. Surviving a 2-story fall in handcuffs is pretty unbelievable, but it's not as far as this next suspect was willing to go. And by that, we mean how far he was willing to jump. On a warm day on patrol, an officer immediately stopped his vehicle after observing 2 men on the side of a bridge, one teetering on the edge and the other recording him with his cell phone.
I'm gonna do it anyway. Really? Yeah, here we go.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. Some success here early on the ground.
I'm gonna do this anyway.
The quarterback in this passing game.
Take it down now. You're twist it up. That's not it. Here we go.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete, but pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion,
It's unclear if the officer pursued the suspect upon making it to the ground, but who cares? That was cool as hell. This next suspect was hoping to make a similarly graceful escape, but it didn't go quite as smoothly as she'd hoped. On July 11th, 2022, police stopped a DoorDash driver who was operating recklessly on a moped and also alleged that the registration on the vehicle was suspended.
Yeah, I got my, what you call it, tight on everything for the bike.
You need a license plate for it out. You can use it.
When you can see on the DoorDash stick and everything, I can use the bike for DoorDash. I'm picking up a delivery right now. Yeah, I'm doing delivery right now for DoorDash. It tells you.
You can't have this on the road.
It's a 49cc. Yeah, it's a 49cc though.
Doesn't matter. If you use it on the road, you have to have it registered with New York State. Do you have any paperwork for it at all?
Yes, I do. I can show you right now. Yes, I can show you right now.
I can see your license.
For over a minute, the suspect scrolled through her phone appearing to look for her registration, but really she was contemplating her escape plan.
And you have your license as well?
Why? I don't understand. I'm doing Uber Eats. I'm doing a job. She has her license.
You were driving this.
How you out of bounds?
She was driving.
But I drive it still.
That is nothing to do with it. She was driving, so we need to see her license because she can't
I'm
be
about to
driving.
show you my title to the bike, sir.
Right.
I'm just trying to.
I understand, man. But
I don't
you have to have a
understand. I'm
license.
doing a job right now.
Driving, so since I'm with her, it doesn't make sense.
No, she was driving. Main question is license registration on the vehicle.
I'll get away.
Stop fighting! Like I'm trying to take my life! Come on, I'm doing it! I'm not assisting you! I'm not assisting the bike! 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 I'm not assisting! I'm not assisting the bike!
She recorded, man.
The camera's over there!
Yo, sister, loosen up. Loosen
I
up.
am. That's a girl, by the way. You got me on
I'm gonna back up. Don't touch me. You scared too? I'm scared. Yeah, you scared too. You scared too.
Though the plan was good, the execution needed some work. Thus, she was caught and transported to the local jail on charges of reckless driving, obstruction, and resisting arrest. She also received summonses for unlicensed vehicle operation, failing to signal, reckless driving, parking on the sidewalk, not wearing a helmet, and operating an unregistered and uninsured vehicle. If only she'd used the element of surprise as well as this next suspect, who really shocked the officer with what some might describe as a miracle.
Hey,
The wheelchair dude got up and ran.
On February 16, 2022, police responded to the Magnuson Inn and arrested 41-year-old Joel Sanchez Delgado and 3 others after they broke into a vacant hotel room and refused to leave. Joel was booked into the Pulaski County Jail on several charges, including felony residential burglary, possession of a firearm, and failure to appear. At the time of his arrest, he also had a felony warrant for shooting his 31-year-old girlfriend in the parking lot of a McDonald's the week before. He was facing felony meth charges he'd acquired during an arrest 7 months prior. 3 weeks after being booked into jail on March 7, 2022, Joel was transported to the courthouse for a routine court appearance, still wheelchair-bound after injuries he sustained during his arrest, which is what made this next part so shocking.
Okay. Maybe then your gas is saying her, maybe. Hey, you see a shoe back there? Where is it? I'm gonna shoot him. Hey, come on, Freddie. Hey, can you call the police for me? Call the police for me. Hey, call the police. Call the police. Where they go?
The police telling somebody else to call the police. Where your cell phone at?
God. Let me, which way you go? Nah, which way you go?
Went straight through the alley and cut that way.
What's in your phone? My radio came out.
Hold on.
Hello? Hey, Huff. The wheelchair dude got up and ran. Yeah. I could. The wheelchair dude. I couldn't catch him. Tim's had pulled off. I can't remember his name. He on the run.
As Joel ducked through alleyways and around corners, word of the fugitives' escape put the citizens of Little Rock on high alert and prompted the lockdown of East M's downtown campus. After an anxious 2.5 hours, police announced that they'd finally located Joel 7 miles away on 65th Street, and he was immediately rearrested with a new charge of escape. It must have sucked when he had to go back to court the next day. The next suspect, on the other hand, managed to escape police capture for days before he was finally arrested.
All right, don't let him get closer.
On April 24th, 2024, an officer stationed at a hospital watched as 19-year-old Deshaun strolled toward the front door in his underwear. The officer was aware that Deshaun had come into the hospital with police and was supposed to be receiving treatment before being transported to jail. So when he saw Deshaun jog through the front exit, he followed behind and tried to stop him, at which point Deshaun broke into a sprint.
By the hospital, by 10-155, travel 10-155.
Stop now! No. Stop now!
Southbound on Woodville, he's driving without lights on. Speeds 45. Southbound on 6th Ave. Speeds 65, terminating. I'm terminated at 6th and Lake. He continued.
After getting into a dark vehicle driven by his brother, 18-year-old Keenan, the pair sped off with no headlights on. The officer chose to end the pursuit due to the dangerous nature of the chase, but a short time later, the vehicle was relocated and another officer gave chase.
1080 southbound 38. Speeds currently 65, still slow. Speeds 90, still black out.
Showing up on Damon. Silver
My squad's right here. He's gonna miss it. He's missing it. Not successful, not successful.
Still southbound. Still slowing down. Still eastbound. 93.
Get the fuck out the way. Let me pick the ball up.
The vehicle you see in the distance near the pond's edge is indeed the suspect's car, but he didn't drive to that spot. He actually flew there after going 70 miles per hour over a curb and being flung into the air and crashing onto the ground near the water.
In the pond by Lasker's Jewelers.
Vehicles at gunpoint. There are vehicles in the pond outside Lasker's Jeweler.
157 has left vehicle.
I'm gonna head up to this building here.
Do you see it? I just see it at one. I just see it. So just kind of keep your peripheral. I don't see the other guy right now.
We can take him up here. Let's get an arrest team. Keep walking with your hands up. Keep walking. I got hands. Keep walking. Stop. Turn around. Come over here. Backwards.
As a K-9 officer was making his way to the scene with his dog, a red SUV stopped nearby, and the driver began yelling and cursing at the officer for no discernible reason. Oddly enough, this same red SUV could be seen earlier during the chase, pulling behind an officer who'd pulled over to deploy stop sticks before turning around.
Headquarters, Price 125, copy the 20. What's your problem? Adam William Young, 2103. Adam William Young, 2103. What are you doing?
Keep walking backwards. Keep coming, Keenan. Keep walking. Keep walking.
I can be here.
No, you can't. You don't get to follow our pursuit. You don't get to follow our pursuit. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Keep walking. Keep walking.
My hands seem to my left.
Yep, I got hands right here.
Take over comms.
All right, Keenan, keep coming to the sound of my voice. Slow. Take 2 steps to your left. All right, keep coming. Keep coming.
Can you hear it all?
Yes.
What hurts?
Oh my body.
Yeah, we're gonna walk over here.
You guys got another guy over there?
157, I have one in custody.
All right, don't let him get closer.
Hey, Mitch, we got him that's been following our pursuit when I was doing spikes.
He's up there.
What hurts, King?
My back, bro. And I don't know what happened.
Scared of a guy with a camera? They hit you? They beat you up?
No. Stop, sir.
Oh, you're in that police, stop.
He's not. I don't think he's in the car. You get the plate off him. I have a bunch of tickets for him for Deshaun, man.
He literally hopped out of my car, bro, on by Fairfax.
Is he going to Darian's?
No, it was I was there by girls.
Joshua.
Yeah, you guys know where you're at. No.
Right now, you're under
what?
For what? Stop resisting.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
How am I resisting? Don't touch my phone.
I'm gonna give that dude a ticket. When we're all done with this, he doesn't get to follow our pursuit at the same speeds that we are and whip around.
Oh, what's that?
All right, let's just go ahead and go with the car first.
Okay.
Can't take my phone from me.
You failed to pull over.
I failed to pull over?
You.
I did not feel pulled over.
So where did he go down? So I just don't even see tire tracks right here. He went airborne all the way down. There's nothing.
There's no tracks in that.
There's nothing bent here. He didn't even leave tire marks in the sand.
He just misses that concrete there.
He goes right over it.
Yeah, he probably was there.
After refusing to leave the scene, the driver of the red SUV was arrested. Keenan was also taken into custody and transported to jail after it was discovered that he had 3 felony warrants for his arrest. Deshaun, on the other hand, was nowhere to be found and would stay on the run for the next 4 days. But on April 28th, they finally convinced Deshaun's mother to give them the address of residence address he'd likely be at. The following day, officers in the area of the suspected residence observed Deshaun driving a vehicle through the neighborhood and parking in an alley.
Block it in, go, block it in now. Got it. There he is. Go, now! Go, now! He's ran away with me. Thank you, Penny. That's 43. He took off with me in the car.
For the second time, Deshaun managed to evade the officers and speed out of sight. They were able to locate his vehicle a short while later, but only because it had been abandoned, and Deshaun had again disappeared. But the next day, police got another lucky break when they visited the area of another of Deshaun's hideouts and stumbled across his friend Jeremiah, who coincidentally also had a warrant for his arrest.
You got a warrant, bro. For what? I don't know what it's for.
For what, though?
I don't know what it's for.
Like,
I don't know why you have a warrant. You have a warrant.
Like, what does it say? That's a plate.
I don't know what it says. Change behind your back for me, man. You got nothing crazy on you, bro. Don't check. Don't check. Don't check. Just asking. All right. Go ahead. Put Deshaun at.
I wonder why I got a warrant. That's crazy, though.
I don't know.
This is the first time I just came out here because I know I had it.
All right.
When you missed court date early.
You want to? Hey, let me tell you something. You know how I remember you? Once I see somebody once, I remember forever. When Deshaun was running around the parking lot, you said, man, you can't even.
I know, yeah, you know. I'm not saying I don't know. I'm saying
that's
like,
how I remember you. I'm just letting you know. That's how I remember.
No, I'm saying you act like I know where he be at. Like I don't know where he be at. No, I just came back from California. I'm like, I really don't know.
Well, I mean, you were there at the thing, so.
Yeah, stuff at the hospital happened. I wasn't for sure if it was him driving. I heard a car drove into a pond. I'm looking at the news. I'm like,
yeah, dude.
That's just
crazy, man. Just let you know, man, if we get him in your house, Sean, if we find him there, it could be charged for you too.
Well, I'll let him know that he can't come over no more. He hasn't been over there.
His car was over there last night.
Huh?
His car was at your place last night. So Deshaun's not in there?
I know.
Would you let us go look?
I mean, to be honest, I really wouldn't let you guys go look just because my brother's ashes are in there and we have important stuff. And my mom doesn't let them.
On the contrary, Jeremiah's mother readily agreed to let the officers into the apartment after they called and informed her of the situation. Though she was out of town at the time, she was also able to confirm that Deshaun was inside her house because she'd seen him enter through her Ring camera.
Eau Claire Police Department, anybody inside, announce yourselves!
I'm gonna start moving.
These first two rooms are clear, by the way. Anybody inside, come to the door right now. Both bedrooms, two closed doors.
Yep, but if you go down the hall to the left, we have an open bedroom. I'm checking out.
Anybody in the back bedroom, come out, show your hand. In the bedroom, make yourself known. Person lying in the bed, get out of bed right now and come to the living room with your hands up.
Okay, I got a clear shot of that room. It's an air mattress. I can't see on top of it.
You don't show yourself, you will get sprayed with pepper spray. Hands! Let me see your hands! He's intentionally covering himself up. Deshaun! This is the police department! Come on, with your hands up now!
Pepper ball.
Show his hands back towards me! If you do not comply, you will get shot with a pepper ball. Do it now!
Walk in. Pull him out. Pull him back right now before you couple. There's one more.
Come on with your hands up! Do it now!
There's just letting you know. Come on here. Take a sit down. Just take a seat right here.
Hey.
Sorry, I mean to do that. I didn't mean to.
Are they so hot?
Huh?
Are they so hot?
Why are we so hot?
Yeah, like a lot of people.
You're a high-profile guy, Sean.
Long place, long time type of shit. They will go to prison for a long time.
I don't know, man. It's up to the courts.
I was just asking personal.
My key in your hand. I give you permission to turn around and throw that key as far as you can. I'm calling Jeremiah Field. He's not welcome at my house.
Sure, you have a lot of things you deal with in a day as an officer. And you can handle. And you're not that big of a rookie, but you should probably just make videos about it.
Hey, Deshaun, I'm going to read something quick. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
I know my rights. No, thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and read them anyways.
You don't have to.
I'm going to read them.
You don't have to.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to consult with a lawyer before questioning and to have a lawyer present with you during questioning. You understand your rights? All right.
Who's gonna do the transport?
You have any to do it?
I can do it.
You mind taking that?
Yep. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Unit 20.
Hey, Deshaun. I know you're young and haven't figured things out, but this is no way to go through life. Like, you're gonna end up being in prison at 21 years old.
You know what, man? I like when I have a respectful officer. But I shouldn't. I mean, at least right before that all happened, man, I started using some stuff I shouldn't be using. I've been acting really crazy.
Just know there's help out there for you, and there's people who care about you.
Deshaun was then transported to the police station for processing before being booked into jail alongside his brother, his friend, and the maniac in the red SUV. Deshaun was charged with first-degree recklessly endangering safety, attempting to flee and elude an officer, and operating a vehicle while his license was revoked. His brother Keenan ironically ended up in more trouble than he did with charges of harboring or aiding a felon, bail jumping, resisting arrest, 2 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering safety, and 2 counts of attempting to flee or elude an officer. Angry SUV man was charged with obstructing, disorderly conduct, and failing to stop. This next suspect pulled off a smooth disappearance himself, but he didn't need a wingman to pull off his vanishing act.
We got his plate.
On June 11th, 2021, an officer spotted a white Acura driving erratically along Highway 53 and attempted to conduct a traffic stop, but the driver, 29-year-old Tommy Martin, kept driving and initiated a high-speed pursuit.
He's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Throwing again, Williams. And that is incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Where'd it go? See that white car? You see that white car? Where'd it go? Yeah. Did you see a white car drive by?
And after that first down throw, Mike, it's really a deflating moment of the defense. They understood the urgency of getting off the field and getting the ball back to their offense. Here we are under 2 minutes in a 1-possession game.
I'm gonna head back up to Sky Harbor Drive, see if he ducked in one of the businesses over there.
Cars at once drove through the fence by International Furniture back onto the interstate. Other car.
The fence goes down by International Furniture on the interstate.
10-4.
car is not in the ditch. He must have made it out onto the interstate.
The man had 5 completions.
Eastbound on the interstate. Unknown for how long though.
Officers who were following miles behind Tommy saw him make a right into the parking lot of an International Furniture on Sky Harbor Drive and cut across the baseball field. But when they arrived at the area, his vehicle had vanished, and the officers soon learned why after a look at the scene.
Holy moly. We got his plate.
I was a total motherfucker.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, see that?
Wow. Unbelievable. Just make a note that we recovered a front license plate at the scene of the accident here, Adam Lincoln Henry 3476.
Tommy had driven his car through a fence and swerved east onto Interstate 90 before speeding out of sight. The officers located the Acura again 3 hours later, but it had been abandoned. Tommy remained on the lam for the next 5 months until November 2021, when officials announced that Tommy had been arrested in Milwaukee County for drug offenses. In January of 2024, he was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. But if you think 5 months is impressive, you'll be amazed by this next suspect who, even though he didn't escape for as long, managed to escape the cops on 3 separate occasions.
It's hard to get DJ Moore the ball on this motherfucker. He ain't never open. I mean,
on October 15, 2022, officers working
that's
patrol
gotta be some
outside
real
of the
life
tavern
shit
saw
too.
27-year-old Larry Baldwin Jr., a man whom they knew had a suspended license, get into a vehicle and drive away without his headlights on.
And was caught by like 3.
Allie, stop that mute. No lights out on 3rd, it's Larry driving.
3rd and Cameron, Wisconsin, Adam King Frank, 5827. Adam King Frank, 5827. The vehicle's taken off, southbound on 3rd.
The officer chose not to pursue Larry due to unsafe conditions, and he quickly sped out of sight. But police would get their chance to nab him again 4 days when an officer spotted him sitting in a different vehicle that was parked in an alleyway.
Stop! 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 Stop right now! Stop! He's leaving out the alley on 7.
Much like the first time, Larry sped away and the officers just kind of shrugged and went about their night. Another 4 days later, police were called to handle an altercation at a different bar. When an officer arrived, he saw 2 men walking away from the scene, one of whom was Larry.
Arrest me.
What for?
I don't know. Ask the guy who's recording me for no reason.
No. You're standing out in public.